What's up, YouTube? This your boy, Big Boy Fact Shouting. Tonight I'm going to do my AEW All Out review on highlights. Got some new. Hit that like button. It helps YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitch down below in the description. And let's get started. We have a lot to talk about on the show tonight. AEW All Out was a good show. AEW All Out made history, and in the show delivered by itself. So without further ado, let's get started. The buy-in 10-man tag match. We got Jurassic Express, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta versus Matt Hardy, Private Party, and TH2. This was a good 10-man tag match. This was good. Matt Hardy starts the bout, and after some tease that Orange Cassidy would get involved, Luchasaurus tags in. Jack Evans entered the match, and the Dinosaur promptly overpowered him. Jungle Boy tags in and takes control. Yuta tags in and squares off with Mark Quinn through Private Party gains the upper hand. Several competitors were entered the ring and lock in submission holds, but Luchasaurus knock them all down. The Dinosaur miles everyone down with chop and toss. Luchasaurus drills Jack Evans with a knee to the face. Hardy takes him down from behind. A triple team the big man with Private Party. Cassidy rocks Private Party with his devastating kick, but Private Party gangs up on Orange Cassidy. Taylor gets tagged in and gives his team some momentum. Yuta gets a 2 count with a splash on Angelico. Private Party drops Yuta with Jenny Juice for a 2 count. Freshly squeezed takes Angelico down with a Hurricanrana. He drops Private Party with a double Hurricanrana, but Hardy floors him with a twist of fate. Taylor and Yuta dive onto Private Party outside the ring. Luchasaurus and Angelico put Jungle Boy and Jack Evans in their respective shoulders, allowing them to trade blows. Marco Stunt dives onto the blade and at ringside to take him out of the equation. Jungle Boy makes Angelico tap out to a snare trap for the win. The winners of the match: Jurassic Express, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta. Oh my God, this 10-man tag match was good. After the match, the Hardy family, HFO, aided by a returning Butcher, beats down Cassidy onto the face. Dante Martin and others make the save. The Varsity Blondes, the Dark Order, and others face her to give the people what they wanted. This was amazing. From a Lexor box, Dan Lambert, along with UFC stars George Masvidal, Bella Muhammad, Andrei Volsky, and Jenner Dos Santos, and Man of the Year. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky delivers a message. Lambert says they're hungry for some action, and Sky says it's time to step back into the danger zone. Lambert mentions that Sky signed a 5-year contract extension. The main card: AEW TNT Championship. Miro versus Eddie Kingston. Alright. We already knew that Miro was not going to lose. So Kingston and Miro square off in the champions charges his challenger. The Mad King evades the game over and forces Miro to leave the ring. They face off again, and Kingston chops Miro several times. Kingston suplexes Miro over his head. The match spills to the outside, where Miro gains the upper hand. Kingston fires back with a running boot, but Miro slams the challenger onto the floor. The Redeemer drives Kingston spine first into the steel steering post. Back in the ring, Miro drills Kingston with 2 kicks to the back, but the Mad King gets back to his feet. Miro knocks Kingston down with a single blow and grounds him. The Redeemer mockingly plays the crowd and splashes Kingston in the corner. Kingston blasts him with some chops and nails the champion with a kick to the head. A suplex drops Miro right on his head and gives Kingston some breathing room. The two fighters trade clubs blows, and Kingston suplexes Miro 2 more times. Kingston takes Miro down with a dive to the outside, and Weasel drills the champion in the neck on the way down. The Mad King gets a 2 count with a fisherman suplex. Miro hits Kingston with a series of strikes to the back and suplex him. The Redeemer blasts Kingston with a kick to the head and locks in the game over. But Kingston reaches the ropes. The Mad King catches Miro with the back fist and then the DDT for near fall. The referee stops Kingston from slamming Miro into the exposed turnbuckle, and the champion capitalizes with a sneaky low blow. The two thunderous kicks to the face earn Miro the 3 count. The winner and still your AEW TNT champion, Miro. Alright, let's move on. So we get Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. I enjoyed this match too. Moxley and Kojima. So Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. I enjoyed this match too. Mossy and Kojima exchange strikes early on, and the match quickly turns into a fight that spills out of the ring. The former AEW World Champion controls the match early on, but Kojima gains the upper hand and hits a diving elbow. Moxley and Kojima bite each other on the top rope, and the NJPW legend draws his opponent with a superplex. The two men wage war on the apron. Kojima plants Moxley with the modified DDT on the apron's hard surface. Another DDT back in the ring earns Kojima a 2 count. Moxley locks in a cross arm breaker, but Kojima reaches the ropes. Kojima counters the paradigm shift and nails Moxley with the brainbuster for a 2 count. Moxley rallies with a sickening German suplex that leads both men down. Moxley hits a stiff clothesline, and Kojima fires back with one of his own. A running knee to the head drops the legend, but Kojima dodges the paradigm shift again. A cutter drum Kojima leads both men down again. Moxley drills Kojima with his signature rebound clothesline. He locks Kojima in a bulldog choke, but the NJPW legend reaches the ropes. Kojima hits Moxley with some chops, but the former AEW World Champion finally hits the Paragon Shift. Moxley picks Kojima up and hits a second Paradigm Shift for the win. The winner of the match, Jon Moxley. This match was good. This was good. After the bout, the legendary Maru Suzuki comes to the ring and gets right in Moxley's face and takes his jacket off. The two men trade worlds, and then the time for talk ends when Suzuki drills Moxley with a forearm. The two stars exchange forearms. Suzuki blasts Moxley with a big boot, locks in a near naked choke, and drops him with a pile driver. Alright. So we get the AEW Women's World Championship. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, accompanied by Rebo and Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander, accompanied by Orange Cassidy. This match was good. Baker and Chris Statlander exchanged technical hold early on. Statlander gains momentum and boops the champion. A distraction from Jamie Hayter and Rebo helps Baker take control, and she grounds AEW's resident alien. Statlander drives Baker into the corner with a series of strikes and a running knee. Rock the champion. The challenger hits an inside hook Falcon Arrow, but Baker gets a 2 count with a crafty pin attempt. Baker drops Statlander with a DDT and drills her with a kick to the head. The champion counters the Big Bang Theory and rolls her up for a 2 count. Baker hits a flatliner into the turnbuckle, but Statlander showcases her impressive strength with a superplex. Baker goes for the lockjaw, but Statlander avoids it and slams Baker to the mat. Not Baker. She gets a 2 count with a scissor kick. Baker slams Statlander to the floor and curb stomps her on the ground outside the ring. Orange Cassidy shouts at Statlander, telling her to get up. Baker hits the Pittsburgh Sunrise Destroyer for a 2 count. Another stomp earns her another 2 count. Baker locks in the jaw lock and forces Chris Statlander to tap out. The winner and still your AEW Women's Championship. The winner and still your AEW Women's World Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. This was a good match. Good match. Backstage in the interview is implied that Chavo Guerrero and Andrade are responsible for the travel issues that delayed that latter match with Pac. They firmly deny it, and Andrade hypes up his match with Pac, which is set for Friday night on Rampage. Alright, let's move on. So we get a steel cage match for the AEW Tag Team Championship match, the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers. This match is the best steel cage match of the night, and I'm putting this in my top 5. I love the entrance with the Lucha Brothers. That was fantastic. Alright, I'm putting this match in the top 5. The Lucha Brothers get a live music entrance from Mills del Gallo for their entrance. Once the match starts, the two teams take the fight to each other. The Bucks quickly try to escape, but Phoenix launches off of Penta's back and stops them. The two duels exchange fast-paced offense, and the challenger takes control. Ray Phoenix takes Nick Jackson down with a Hurricanrana. Penta stomps Matt behind, and the Lucha Brothers drops the Jacksons with super kicks. The Young Bucks dodge the Lucha Brothers while they charge, sending them crashing into the cage. Matt and Nick firmly gain the upper hand, and with a furious of offense, Penta takes 2 stiff kicks right to the head, and Matt chokes Phoenix with a chain. Phoenix sends Matt face first into the cage with a Hurricanrana. The Lucha Brothers rally. I say Lucha Source, my fault. The Lucha Brothers rally, but they actually kick each other, and the mistake slows their momentum. Ray Phoenix takes both Bucks down with a cutter. Penta gets a 2 count with a package pile driver. Nick plants Phoenix with a nasty German suplex on the apron. Still, Phoenix saves Penta from a double submission. Phoenix dodges the BTE trigger and evades the Meltzer driver. Matt kicks both Lucha Brothers below the belt, so the champions maintain their advantage. The champions rip at the Lucha Brothers mask, and Matt and Nick throws Phoenix face first into the steel cage. Brittany Cutler throws a bag into the cage, and Matt gets a shoe with thumbtacks on the bottom of it. Matt kicks Phoenix in the weaponized shoe, and Nick drives Penta's face first into the shoe. Nick kicks Penta's head into the tacks, and the fan favorite is busted open. Matt kicks Phoenix with a sharp shoe, but he's still able to break the pin after a BTE trigger. Ray Phoenix rallies and drops Matt with a athletic Hurricanrana. He hits both Bucks with the tacks and gets a 2 count when he slams Matt. Penta and Matt drop their respective opponents with package pile drivers on the apron. The two older brothers battle back in the ring, and Penta hits the Avalanche Destroyer. All 4 men are down, and they slowly get back to their feet. The two teams trade blows, and it's a special super kick party as they exchange kip ups and kicks. Phoenix catches Nick with a kick, and Penta gets a painful close near for a package pile driver. Climbing climbing to the top of the cage. Phoenix goes for the signature diving stump / spiral combo, but the Bucks stops it. Phoenix dives off the cage, and the Lucha Brothers double team Nick for the win. The winner and your new AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Lucha Brothers. I'm very happy about this. This was the best steel cage match of the night, and I'm putting this in my top 5. Alright, let's move on. The Casino Battle Royal for a future shot at the AEW Women's Champion. Hikaru Shida, Sky Blue, Emi Sakura, The Bunny, and Abaddon. Diamonds, Anna Jay, Kira Hogan, Kellen King, Diamante, and Nyla Rose. Donna Rosa, Penelope Ford, Rio and Jamie Hayter and Big Swole. Tay Conti, Red Velvet, Layla Hirsch, Jay Cargill, and Reba. Orders of elimination. Sky Blue eliminates Abaddon. Abaddon eliminates the Bunny. Emi Sakura eliminates Hikaru Shida. Kira Hogan eliminates Nyla Rose. Keeling King eliminates Nyla Rose. Hikaru Shida eliminates Nyla Rose. Ryu eliminates Jamie Hayter. Diamante eliminates Big Swole. Big Swole eliminates Jamie Hayter. Rebel eliminates Red Velvet. The Bunny eliminates Anna Jay. Anna Jay eliminates Penelope Ford. Layla Hirsch eliminates Jay Cargill. Jamie Hayter eliminates Jay Cargill. Red Velvet eliminates Jay Cargill. Jay Cargill eliminates Nyla Rose. Penelope Ford eliminates Tay Conti. Tay Conti eliminates Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose eliminates Donna Rosa. Donna Rosa eliminates Donna Rosa. Ruby Soho. Alright, the Joker, Ruby Soho enters the match. Once the Joker, Ruby Soho enters the match, and it comes down to Hayter. Red Velvet for Rosa, Conti, Rose, and Soho. The newcomer takes the fight to Cargill and squares off with Rose. Rosa takes Rose down with a hurricanrana. Cargill slams Soho and tosses Jamie Hayter over the ropes. Cargill tosses Red Velvet out of the ring, and Rosa dumps her over the ropes. Conti eliminates Ford, but Rose dumps her out of the ring. The final 3 are Rosa, Soho, and Rose. Rosa dodges a charging Rosa and kick her off the apron to eliminate her, and it all comes down to Ruby Soho and Thunder Rosa. They square off and trade blows. Ruby Soho tossed Thunder Rosa over the ropes, but she holds on. The two women battle on the apron, and Ruby Soho barely avoids elimination. They continue to wage war with no room for, and Ruby Soho eliminates Thunder Rosa by kicking her in the face, so she wins the match. The winner of the match, Ruby Soho. And I know Showstopper TV is watching this video that Ruby Soho won the Casino Battle Royal, and Ruby Soho makes her AEW debut. I know Showstopper TV is happy about this. Alright, let's move on. The final fight. If Jericho loses, he never wrestle again. Chris Jericho versus MJF. Alright, this was... I enjoyed this. This was good. MJF Duty's Jericho's Classic Countdown entrance, and the champion gets a live instrumental performance of Judas on his way to the ring. Once the match begins, MJF quickly leaves the ring and wipes his behind with Jericho's vest. MJF and Jericho exchange shoulder blocks back in the ring. They drop kick each other, and the match is a stalemate. Early on, MJF continues the walls of Jericho into a roll for a 2 count. The two foes trade blows at ringside. Jericho drags MJF deep into the crowd and throws a security barrier at him. MJF traps Jericho in the apron and fires away with some punches. Jericho chops MJF butt. An arm breaker drop. The champion where he stands. Jericho suplexes MJF and slaps himself in the face to get fired up. A bulldog floors MJF, and Jericho hits a backbreaker for a 2 count. MJF stomps on Jericho's wounded arm and tosses him into the corner. MJF mocks Ric Flair's legendary and plants Jericho with a heat seeker on the apron. Jericho barely beats the 10 count by getting back into the ring. He then powerbombs MJF on the apron after he dodges a springboard moonsault from the leader of the Pinnacle. The rivals punch each other, but MJF catches a diving Jericho with a codebreaker for a 2 count. MJF blocks the walls of Jericho, but the Lionsaw earns Lee Champion a 2 count. Jericho punches MJF on the ropes, on the top rope, and through an avalanche firebomb plant Jericho. MJF screams out in pain. Upon impact, MJF bites Jericho's butt. The champion hits a diving codebreaker for a 2 count. Rollo walks down the ramp, but Jake Hager stops him. The two powerhouse brawl at ringside. While the referee is distracted, MJF blasts Jericho with his own bat. MJF blasts Jericho with the Judas effect, and the referee Darby Everest counted the pin. Through Jericho's foot was on the ropes. MJF is announced as the winner, and his music plays. But another referee informs Darby Everest about her mistake, and the match is restarted. MJF yells at Darby Everest, and Jericho rolls MJF up for a near fall. MJF dodges a Judas effect and locks in his Salt of the Earth armbar. Jericho turns it into a pin attempt for a 2 count. He goes for the walls of Jericho and finally hits the signature hold in. With MJF's wounded back, he has no chance but to tap out when Jericho cracks on the hold. The winner of the match, Chris Jericho. This match was fantastic. Excuse me, guys. But I enjoyed this match. Jericho celebrates with the Inner Circle after the match. Alright, let's move on. So we get CM Punk versus Darby Allin. This was very good, but this match should have been on the main event card. But I still enjoyed this. Darby Allin gets a cinematic video before his entrance is set in a helicopter while it drags a body bag that has "Best in the World" written on it. Darby Allin jumps off the helicopter and ends the video. The Chicago crowd explodes when Cult personality hits and CM Punk walks to the ring. CM Punk and Darby Allin stare each other down in a hesitating moment. Cobbling time officially begins with Darby Allin and Punk beating each other out early on. A shoulder block knocks Darby Allin down. The two stars continue to trade holds, and Punk drops Darby Allin with an elbow to the face. Punk slams Darby Allin and the former AEW TNT champion narrowly dodges the go to sleep. Darby Allin takes Punk down with an arm drag and hits him with a splash in the corner. Punk brutalized whips Darby Allin into the corner, and he hits the ring post before he crashes to the floor. CM Punk continues to ground Darby Allin and targets his back. The former WWE champion traps Darby Allin in an ambitional stretch and floors him with a backbreaker. CM Punk locks the ambitional stretch in again, but Darby Allin fires back with a stunner. CM Punk and Darby Allin trade blows, and the former AEW TNT champion gets a 2 count with a pin attempt. The Code Red gives Darby Allin another 2 count. Punk blocks the coffin drop, but Darby Allin gets another 2 count by countering a back superplex and landing on the top of Punk. The go-to-sleep knocks Darby Allin out of the ring so Punk can get for the pin right away. Darby Allin barely gets back into the ring and beats the 10 count. Punk hits his classic knee and clothesline combination. He signals that it goes to sleep time and he goes for it, but Darby Allin fights out of the finish with some elbows to the face. Darby Allin sacrificed himself to take Punk down with a dive to the suicide. He then hits a swanton bomb onto Punk, who made it back to his feet. Punk dodged the coffin drop by simply sitting up, and Darby Allin gets a 2 count and a pin attempt. But Darby Allin dodged the go to sleep. Punk rocks Darby Allin with a kick and drops Darby Allin with the go to sleep for the victory. The winner of the match, CM Punk. CM Punk picks up his first victory at AEW All Out. This match was good. This match was very good. Alright, Punk celebrates after the match. Sting comes to the ring and checks on Darby Allin before he shakes hands with Punk. Darby Allin slowly gets back to his feet and shake Punk's hands. That was very emotional by CM Punk and Darby Allin. Paul White versus QT Marshall with the Factory. Quick match. Marshall takes the fight to Paul White, but the big man easily overpowers him. Paul White hits his signature chop to the chest and steps on Marshall. Paul White continues to dominate the bout, when even with some illegal interference from Aaron Solo and Nick Comoroto. Paul White earns the easy victory with the chokeslam. The winner of the match, Paul White. Backstage, Jon Moxley has a message for Miro Suzuki ahead of the bout on Wednesday. Mossy calls getting in the ring with Suzuki the best drug in the world. He tells Suzuki, "Welcome to the jungle." So we get the main event of the evening: AEW World Championship, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. This is a very good match. At first, the match begins somewhat slowly, but the two rivals quickly pick up the pace as Cage dives onto Omega outside the ring. Thanks to a distraction, Kenny Omega hits a running stomp through a table. Back in the ring, Kenny Omega grounds Cage and firmly controls the match. Kenny Omega sends Cage crashing to the floor and continues to dominate the bout. He drops Cage with a neckbreaker, but the Radiant Impact World Champion rallies. The champion trade blows, and Cage gains momentum with some punches in the corner. Cage gets a 2 count with the invert DDT, but Omega fires back with a knee to the head. A swinging DDT earns Cage another 2 count. Omega drills Cage with some vicious V-triggers and plants him with a nasty suplex. The battle spills out onto the apron, and Cage dodges the one-winged angel. Just get Omega dodges the kill switch. Cage throws himself at Omega, and both men crash through the table with a spear. The 2 more spears, Cage earns a 2 count. Omega blocks a frog splash. The 2 more nasty V-triggers rock Cage, but he catches a 3rd. Omega still hits 2 more and draws Cage. The challenger locks in a high angle clover leaf, and Don Callis calls for the Good Brothers. They run to the ring and attack Cage. While Don Callis distracts the referee, Cage calls Omega to accidentally hit Anderson with a V-trigger, and Captain Charisma bleeding from the mouth, and his kill switch for a near fall. Don Callis gets in the ring and Cage chases him out. Kenny Omega capitalizes on the distraction by countering a super kill switch and flooring Cage with a falling one-winged angel from the top for the win. The winner and still your AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega. This was a very, very, very good main event. Omega celebrates with Don Callis, the Good Brothers, and the Young Bucks, who limped to the ring after the match. The Elite beat down Cage after the match. Jurassic Express tried to make the save. The numbers are in the Elite's favorites, so the heels continue to beat down the fan favorites. Omega grabs a microphone and asks the fans if they understand. He says he doesn't care about hometown heroes. Nobody is on his level. Omega brags that nobody can beat him. Then the lights go out. Adam Cole makes his arrival. The crowd defiantly cheer Adam Cole, baby. But Cole super kicks Jungle Boy after a brief stare down with Omega. Cole embraced the Young Bucks who kiss him on the cheeks. Omega laughs off the tease confrontation, and Cole says it's story time. He says that the Elite is the most dominant faction in wrestling history. He says nobody will stop them, and Omega then says goodbye and good night. And but flight of the Valkyries hits the crowd, lose it when Bryan Danielson comes to the ring, and he stands with the baby faces and brawls with the Elite. Resounding yes chants fill the arena while Bryan Danielson kicks the Bucks and drops Nick Jackson with his signature knee. Bryan Danielson stands tall with Cage and Jurassic Express to close the show. Now AEW All Out was a good show. AEW All Out was a good show. It delivered. It was AEW All Out made history and delivered at the same time. My favorite match was the steel cage match, the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Champions. That was like one of the best steel cage matches and one of the best steel cage matches of the night. And I put that match and I put that tag team match in my top 5. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW All Out review and highlights, please drop a like on this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok and Twitch down below in the description. I want you guys to replay this video over and over again as much as you can. And that's all I gotta say. But this your boy, B-Boy Fast Johnny. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. And I'm out of here. Peace out.